Walwyn is the coordinator of the Women's Empowerment, Entrepreneurship and Financial Inclusion Project, WEEFI. She joins us as we discuss this project and the closing ceremony held on Tuesday. Claudia, welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome back.
Good to be here. Good morning.
Alrighty.
Happy you could join us this morning indeed. So let's dive into the discussion, Claudia. Can you share with us a brief explanation of what the project is about?
Okay, the WEEFI project, as we shorten it, is a project that came about through funding from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Taiwan.
Okay.
And their government, China and Taiwan, decided to assist Latin America and the Caribbean countries, I think 9 countries in all, stkittsnevis being one, to combat some of the issues that women were facing through COVID.
Okay.
And we just mentioned COVID before. So tell us about the closing ceremony that was held on Tuesday.
So our project started in August 2021, and we had a series of training, and we thought to celebrate all of our trainees, awardees, and our supporters. And we decided to do a closing ceremony with a cocktail.
Oh, nice.
And that was well attended. The ambience was very nice. And interestingly, we used our awardees to provide services throughout the ceremony.
Oh, nice. That's good.
And can you share with us some of the persons who would have attended?
Okay, our guests included the ambassador of Republic of China and Taiwan as well. Well, we invited the ministers, but they were held up in cabinet. So Miss Azila Clark, who is acting permanent secretary, she represented the ministry. And she is one of our top supporters from the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs. And so she was a welcome guest because she's seen the fruit of all of her labor. We had our top awardees from the Elite Award, the various cohorts. We also had our partners from AVEC, as well as SBDC and SIDU. Well, AVEC is the Advanced Vocational Education.
So it was well attended.
Yes, it was very well attended.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Nice. Let us talk about coordination. How easy or how difficult was it for you to coordinate this event?
The cocktail itself?
Yes.
The most difficult part was getting persons to RSVP.
Oh, wow.
And so it required a lot of following up, calling persons. Did you get our email? Did you see the scan bar? Are you having trouble scanning it? Okay, we'll send you a link, things like that. And I think it was a little bit tough. It was a bit nerve-wracking because we thought we may not have enough persons attending. But persons were like, yes, I saw the invitation. Yes, I'm coming. We don't know you're coming because you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yes, but outside of that, working with our trainees, I mean, we've trained them well so they understand what it is to go through a bidding process and to wait to hear back if you were successful and then to organize. And they did come to.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Happy to hear.
So WEEFI, and it stands for Women's Empowerment, Entrepreneurship and Financial Inclusion. So Claudia, can you share with us persons who are watching and are interested, how can they get registered for this project?
Unfortunately, this phase of the project is now ending. But we have partnered with the SBDC, with the Small Business Development Center, and SIDU, Small Enterprise Development Unit on Nevis, to, corral their persons who are interested in their programs. And so we got our trainees through that. We did social media marketing as well. And through the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs, they also told us, okay, these are some of the persons who will be interested. We can share the link with them. And that's where we got our persons to
register.
Participate in the program. Yes. So hopefully there will be other projects as a spin-off because apparently this one was really successful.
Nice.
So if persons can just wait out, listen, and check in with SBDC and SIDU because those are the the partners that will continue even if the project doesn't continue to another phase.
So how many cohorts did this project actually have?
We had 9 cohorts.
Oh,
we
wow.
had about 255 persons that were actually participating in the project. We had about 165 thereabout winners in different categories.
Wow.
Yes, so quite a big impact.
Yeah, nice.
Of course.
I wish there was a 10 because 10 kind of sound a bit more completed, but I'm happy that you got 9. I'm just pushing it a little bit. Let's talk about the prize grant, and that went to only 10 of the 200 and something that you had.
No, about 165 thereabouts.
Okay.
Because 10 from each cohort, that was about 90, and then we had other. Yes, like SBDC would have put up some of their clients for counseling, business counseling, and training. So yes.
Okay, so what were the prizes that were granted to those persons?
So top winners would have gotten 3,000 US.
Okay.
3,000 US dollars.
Okay.
That's about 8,000 and change.
Yeah,
EC dollars.
easy, yes.
And this was to either start their business or improve upon their business.
Nice.
Okay. And would your corporation need a receipt to see how the monies were spent?
Well, part of their training is to ensure that their financial records and their human resource records are up to scratch.
Okay.
And so, yes, they would have had to report periodically to the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs, as well as the Taiwan Technical Mission, so that we can send back word to Taipei that, yes, these women are advertising, and yes, the monies are being well spent. So, yes, there were opportunities for them to report.
I want to be the devil's advocate. Anyone that didn't do what they were supposed to do?
Yes, there were some persons who were unable to spend all of the funds. We did not give them the complete 3,000. We did not give them the complete 3,000 all at once because obviously we need to see you spend it. And then we give you more.
Give you more. Okay, okay. So it's not a big lump sum and you just spend
not
it.
Not usually.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure. Okay, good.
You're bringing persons from one stage to another, and you don't want to overwhelm them, and that was some of the issues that some of the trainees would have faced. It was difficult for them to. Some of them the staffing, they don't have the staffing, but then they don't have the capacity to manage the staff as yet. And so they're still growing. And that's where SBDC and SIDU would come in to further support them. Yes.
And when women get money, how they can spend it.
Yes, but the training helps them to understand that you separate personal from business funding.
Can you help me beat him up this morning?
As bad as it sounds, it's not always.
I don't untrue.
Thank you.
We cannot agree with Andre. We can't let Andre win this one at all.
Let's talk about one of my favorite topics, and that's women empowerment. I just love talking. I love seeing women in leadership. Yes, look at you too.
Oh,
yes.
You're coming back nice now.
My friend. So, Claudia, share with us the importance of empowering women. How important it is to empower our women.
Okay, for me, I recognize that these women, most of them, they're already on top of their game. They know their skill sets and they know what they can do in their various businesses. But sometimes they don't have that extra confidence to go out on a limb and make that financial investment, to take that big risk, because it's, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. And then sometimes people talk them down. You want to do that? I don't think.
Exactly.
Because if it's a new idea, persons do not know what to compare it with. And sometimes they discourage them. So it's good to empower women, to help them to understand that, yes, I can make a contribution, and my contribution is also valid. It helps for social and economic development.
Of course.
That's the real part of empowering women, to give them that extra confidence that, yes, I'm making a difference out here.
Nice. Well said.
We know there are some gentlemen in careers that women typically do. I'm gonna hairdressing, they do nails, they do makeup, and they're excellent at it. Let us talk about promoting gender equality now in society. How has your department been able to do that? And were there any males involved in this, or was it all women?
They were all women because this part of the project was focused on
women. Okay.
But yes, we have heard the cries of the men.
Okay.
Why are you just empowering the women? Men need to be empowered as well. And so we're considering to add a component for men to be able to manage their business even more successfully. I think that if you're speaking about women empowerment, you have to think about people empowerment on a whole. And if men are saying, yes, we need a chance to be able to manage our books better, I think we can only help them. But they were not helped in this part of the project.
Okay. So, men, your help is coming soon.
Don't get jealous now.
Don't get jealous at all.
So, Claudia, how does empowering women contribute to the overall community development?
From our training, we offered them a stipend to be present each day.
Okay.
Why did we offer them a stipend? Women are typically the ones who take care of the family, who take care of the home. And so we don't want them to have that excuse, I can't make it because I don't have anybody to take care of my child. So we gave them that buffer to help them to be present and to stay focused. The idea of them being present, it helps them to grow their business even more. And I think that, did I miss the question?
How important it is for women to contribute to the overall community development.
Yes, and in getting them to stay focused and doing what it needs to advance them at a different level, bring them up, then that helps in terms of community advancement because their children will be better off because they're now able to make sure that they're eating healthier, attending school at the times when they need to, even participating in extracurricular activities. So I think it helps a lot in when you empower the women because they are empowering the rest of the society.
Exactly. And I'm sure other women in the community look up to that particular family who have been a part of the cohort, and I'm sure next cohort they will definitely be a part of.
We must say that the women were our good advocates because they would have explained to other women, yes, come and join. I mean, yes, the hours are long and the work is hard, but at the end you will be better. So
of course,
we must give kudos to those women who encourage other women.
And as I said, nothing in life comes easy. So the fact that you have to work for it, you have to work for it. So I like that they shared their honest experience to bring the others to the cohort, and they didn't butter it up. How Taiwan contributes? I know they've been in partnership with stkitts since 1983 after their independence. How important is it that we continue to get the support and the contribution from the Republic of Taiwan?
Okay, so getting support from the Republic of China and Taiwan, it's not only financial. We do get technical support. We do get to see how they run their small businesses across there. And sharing of ideas is also important because one idea spawns another. Some of our awardees were able to go across to Taiwan to experience, running a business. And from our reports, it's been an excellent experience. In addition, they've sent persons from the SBDC and CIDU across there as well to experience how the back end is run. And that is important to transfer ideas and to help us to advance, not just financially, but in capacity as well. So we do thank our partners from Taiwan because their contribution does not go unnoticed. It's really impactful.
Doesn't. Many areas.
Indeed. And Claudia, I must touch on this point. What are some of the challenges that women face in starting and growing their business?
From our experience, some of them do not know where to begin. Let's take a hairdresser who is doing her thing on her porch. She doesn't understand, some of them do not understand that you first have to have a business license. Getting a business license requires that you have to make an investment. And some of them don't have that money. They're just making enough to turn over their daily lives. But to make that advance investment, that was hard for some of them. One of the drawbacks was the process to getting their business license. I know in the beauty industry, they have to get inspected by environmental health. And for some of them, if you're operating in your living room or your porch, obviously you don't quite make the requirements. So that was one. Of course, financial. Going to the bank is not always easy.
Right.
And sometimes they're required to bring someone with them. And obviously, you're going into a new business, you don't want to have a partner right then because you don't know how that benefit is going to be shared. And so that, again, is a drawback. And generally, just having the confidence and the boldness to step out has been a challenge for some of them. I don't know if I'm going to make it. And also to stretch their imagination to see how far they can take their ideas is a limitation. They just stay within, I know this and I'm comfortable here. Yes, so that's a challenge.
You mentioned they have to have an investment. So you mean they will only be given the license if they have, per se, a little salon on the side of their home or something like that?
So there are certain requirements that are necessary. You must have running water if you're going to do washing here. You must have a dedicated space, a bathroom for your clients to use, and things like that. And some of them, as I said, they might be renting and it's in the home that they're living in, and so it's not really conducive. So you must have an investment to be able to retrofit to come up to the standards. So that in itself sometimes is a challenge.
Wow. So we have a lot of persons that may be doing here that can't afford, but that would love to have a business license, but just can't afford.
They just can't afford it. And even when they can afford to pay for the business license, the back end costs, they're unable. Yes. Another issue is managing their finances. Andre talked about women.
Like spend.
All
right.
And a lot of them, we did a study, an end of project study, and a lot of them said they were grateful for the training because it showed them how to separate personal and business finances. And some of them said before, I wasn't really keeping my receipts, I wasn't doing my bookkeeping. And if you're going to make an investment, per se, go to the bank or a financial institution, you need to have that record to show,
so they can see that your credit is
money's
nice.
been coming in, money's been going out. And some of them did not have that. So that was a major challenge.
Do you, Claudia, does your department go out in the communities and try to help those folks who are afraid maybe to come forward and say, I need the help, or that aren't aware that there is help out there?
So at the Taiwan Technical Mission, as I said, we work closely with the Department of Gender Affairs. So they're the ones who would know their clientele and who are at the stage where they can advance. We also partner with SBDC and SIDU, and persons do go through them. So that's where we get our intake from. So
so you don't go out.
No.
Okay.
But when our ads go out, we do get interest. Sometimes we get so much interest that we have to cut off earlier. For instance, we did 3 cohorts of beauty entrepreneurship because there were so many women in beauty. Yes.
Nice.
And after the entire project and training session, Claudia, what was the general feedback like?
She's like so much.
There were so many. Yes, but I think at the top of the list was people's gratitude.
Nice.
This
That's a
exposure.
Nice.
Not just like one of the trainees who gave remarks at the cocktail. She said it was not just about winning the $3,000 US. We met other women who were of the same passion.
Right.
We were exposed to so many different counselors and facilitators. Our minds were open up to new possibilities. One of them, in her report, she said, I used to be a one-man shop, but now I am more socially responsible with my business. I'm doing more in terms of innovation for my services and products. So they have advanced and they are really grateful. Yes, they complain, they give us the cut eye when we say you have homework, you need to bring in your business improvement plan. Yes, because it's extra work, it's hard work, it's work that some of them have never done, but they have been grateful for the opportunity.
Wow. I see you beaming with pride. How proud are you? How proud are you that your work has not gone in vain and that you are a part of these women becoming better and enhancing our society in the Federation?
I am extremely proud, and I'll tell you a little story. I was walking across by the cable building one day, and a lady said, "Miss Walwyn," and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, "Where are you from?"
Yes.
She said, "I was in the first cohort," because that time we were wearing masks.
Okay.
So obviously I couldn't pick out her features, but she picked me out clearly.
Yeah.
So it's good to see when persons come back and you ask them, "Well, how is business?" And they tell you, "Since we've been at the training, business is good, business is picking up,"
Nice.
you know, things like that. And it makes me feel proud that I've made an impact.
Yes.
Because not only as my role as facilitating the process, I am also a motivator. I try to counsel some people.
Nice.
Because as I said, the work is hard and sometimes you want to drop out. I encourage them, you can do it.
Yeah.
Especially if they came in like 3 or 4 cohorts. I'm like, persons before you pass through and they will
You
fine.
can do it,
You will do it. So that makes me feel a sense of pride in that our women can endure. And in enduring, they will also benefit from their hard labor.
So, in long and short, you think the mandate that you set out to achieve was accomplished?
I think it was exceeded.
Ooh.
Yes,
Very well
I
said.
think it was
Nice.
exceeded. I think we underestimated the impact that it would have made. And once we started, we made adjustments to ensure that we were able to meet some of the concerns that the women had at the training. So I think we did an awesome job.
Oh,
They did an awesome job.
kudos to you and your team and the women and everyone that had a hand in this. And thank you to the Republic of China and Taiwan. Yes, thank
we
you
must
so
thank
much.
them, yes.
So what's next for you folks?
Well, as I said, we are considering the cries of the men as well. We want to do more in terms of young people, youth, to get them more in the areas of innovation. And so we're now thinking of how we can move forward with youth and some men. Of course, we will still carry the women as well as much as we need to.
Okay. Wow. Well, I enjoy that little discussion.
Indeed.
Right
I love seeing women just empowering themselves. So long men have been leaders. It's time for women to take up the space and just tell themselves they got this. Go there. So I'm happy to see that.
I think men are a little bit more, as my brother put it on the weekend, braggadocious.
Yes, we are.
Even if it's not working, you're out there with this
That's
confidence.
true. And I think the women
and you're thinking, well, this time, let me try something else. But women is like, I failed. And then we weep and mourn. Rather than just pick up and
continue.
Go again. Because sometimes a spoil is actually a style.
That's true.
It's just how your perspective is.
Exactly.
Yes.
So,
I love that.
Wow. I like that. Love it.
I'm on your team this morning. So
thank you. Well, Claudia, it's always a pleasure having you come in and chat with us. I'm just making sure he doesn't have anything else to add, just making sure. I am proud of the women that's completed the 9 cohorts, and we're looking forward to hearing bigger and better things from you folks. Keep doing the good work and keep beaming with pride.
Thank you
for what you would have accomplished.
I will convey your sentiments to my team.
Aww.
And I really appreciate the time to be here to speak to the general public and let them know some of the good things that we're doing at the Taiwan Technical Mission in collaboration with the Ministry of Social Development, Gender Affairs, our partners at SBDC, SIDU, and AVEC. So,
Claudia making our job so
very easy
this morning.
Very
I
easy,
love
I
it.
must say, yes.
And with that, folks, we're up on a break.